That one on the. Is that me or you?
I think it's me.
All right, watch this thing, JL. This thing, it's a fucking robotic cheetah looking thing. It's up to 16. It's going faster on this treadmill. 18, 19. And now they're jacking it up. 25, 26. Right. Okay, you can turn it off, JL. So, holy fuck. Okay.
But that's like that. Even that robot right there is still such in its infancy compared to like Terminator movies or something.
Totally.
I mean that kind of surprises me because yeah, it's fast, but it's still kind of like a joke compared to what we picture the ultimate robot being.
But can you imagine something like that 10 years ago? Like there was nothing. Like
Sure.
this is so I always talk to you about like the accelerating pace of technology.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10 years ago, like nothing even close to that existed. So like if that can happen from like just 10 years ago to this, what happens from 10 years from now? You know what I mean? Like how far away are
It's exponential. So yeah.
Yeah, we don't even know. Like that's when it gets really weird to the point.
Oh, you know what? I think it was on one of these videos I saw that they make legs for the army. And what they do is basically it allows soldiers to carry like 10 times more weight. So you still have your regular legs, and then you put on these robot legs over your legs. And it allows you to carry hundreds of pounds for like
It's like
tens
an
of miles.
exoskeleton.
It's an
right?
exoskeleton, but you can run incredibly fast. You can carry hundreds of pounds.
Dude, we're fucked.
Over long distances.
We're fucked as trainers. Our days, like, people are just gonna walk around in super strong suits, and they're gonna like walk up to Ethan and be like, "Oh, look at this! What is this? 600 pounds? Watch this! Strap on like 2,000 pounds with their exoskeleton suit. Pick it up.
I mean, the
Dude,
military will be the first.
We're fucked. I mean, do you think people are still gonna work out? Like when that's possible, right? It won't be as bulky and stupid. Like you'll put on like a spandex suit, that just makes you super strong.
I mean,
people
I
still
think
train.
I think there's a lot of nanotechnology out there that's going to be incorporated into our own bodies. That'll probably be around at the same time, you know. So it's not just like you have to put something on. You could probably take something, you know.
In you.
I think we'll be able to enhance human physiology. You know,
did you see the underwater breathing? Thing.
Yeah.
Like they're
the
like
red blood
within
cells.
just within a couple years, they're like you will be able to like sit at the bottom of a pool for like 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, they've done rat studies with it, I think.
Yeah.
But what was you could run a marathon at like a sprint,
like at a full sprint. It's gonna get weird because you're gonna have these doping agencies being like, it's not allowed. But then you'll have 16-year-old kids that like
they're better
can
than the
beat
pros.
the world's best. Nobody's gonna give a shit about the world's best. They're gonna be like, let's watch these.
I mean, I'm sure like in our lifetime we'll probably see training being extinct.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if people weren't really.
Up, though. You love it, you know. Like I love it. Like
totally.
It's like.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could go back. In a lot of ways, I kind of wish I could go back in time.
Yeah.
You know, I wish that
less people will do it. It'll be more. It'll be smaller sects of people that
later on.
Still work out. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
like that's how it was
rare.
when it started too. It was kind of cool. It's just, you know, everyone wasn't doing it. It's just a close knit group of people.
Yeah.
You know, at Gold's Gym Venice or something like that.
I think you're right. I think it's gonna be all good. I think we'll be able to retain training, but just for a smaller select group of people that are really into it. David Ingram will still be training.
Totally.
You know, he'll still be into it. There'll still the people that care about it will still be into it. So we got like 10 more minutes left. Is there anything that you are really fascinated with right now that you're really interested in your own training?
I mean, the big thing for me right now, I kind of made this jump in the last few years, just from playing rugby and for playing football my whole life. I got real banged up, you know, so I went from training like high level pro and semi-pro athletes to working in like a physical therapy type of environment. because for a lot of people at that level, what they needed wasn't necessarily to get bigger, stronger, faster, but just to continue their careers, continue playing at a high level. And then, mostly for myself, it was like I had all these injuries, and in order to, continue my dream, like what I had to do at the present moment was recover and kind of build a big base, so to put a big house on top of it, so. I went on this journey of kind of like fixing myself, the past couple years, and now I'm back to full on training. It's better than it's ever been in my entire life. It's great. So it's blending the two right now for me is a pretty interesting journey. I mean, there's a lot of people in the past who have been super intelligent bodybuilders and kind of blended like exercise science with bodybuilding a little bit. There really hasn't been anyone who's taken strength and conditioning at the highest level and like physical therapy at the highest level as it relates to like neurophysiology and applied that to bodybuilding. Like those are pretty separate.
Yeah, it's almost so much as like I can't even imagine doing the same in the same workout. Like that you'd have to have separate days, like my bodybuilding day and then my like PT day.
Sure.
So you're actually talking about like merging the two together?
Not even necessarily in the same throughout the course of a day. Yeah, like how and you got to realize like what's actually giving you bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Cuz you can get caught up doing a lot of like movement quality stuff or plyos or Olympic lifting or whatever. Like what's going to give you the most benefit directly towards bodybuilding? Like it might not seem like it, but like we talked about recovery before, doing some physical therapy exercises that might help to kind of shut off extensor tone and calm the system, just quickly get into like a parasympathetic state. That's huge.
Yeah.
Because bodybuilding's like, let's eat, let's digest, let's relax.
People don't understand that like all the good stuff happens when you're resting.
Yeah,
when
so
you're recovering.
you have to be able to shut off. And that's kind of where this PT stuff has come in for me. Like now that I'm healthy and, I move well enough, it's not like you have to move great. You just have to move well enough. So that's kind of the trade-off. It's like that's kind of the 80-20 of it, so to speak, is like you just have to move well enough to do what you need to do.
Right.
Like what is it that you do and kind of just get enough of everything else so you can do more of what you need to do. So that's where all of this comes into play. I need to lift more often. I need to lift weights as often as possible. I need to be able to digest food as best as possible.
This is all why I like have a disdain for like the FMS and like programs like that. It's because like it's clearly just trying to get you to buy something because they give you a test that like you don't have to get a fucking perfect on this test just to like work out the way you want to work out. Very few people like a yoga instructor like could barely get a perfect score on the FMS if they could, you don't, what do you need? Like what are the basic movements that you should be able to do, you think, just to train, just to be like your everyday layperson? To like, if you were going to give some advice to people, like you should be able to do this, you should be able to do this, you should be able to do this. Generally, you're going to be all right to work out.
Sure. I mean, I think everyone is all right to do something. I think it's totally scalable. Everyone can do something, so I guess that's a starting place. And it depends on what you're doing, what you want to do in life. You know what I mean?
Let's say you're somebody that just likes you work in business.
But I think it's helpful to think about like what is this person trying to do?
Yeah.
Because for me, like I'm willing to go to further extremes. Like let's take Olympic lifting for example.
Sure.
A lot of people, the risk is probably not worth the reward.
Yeah.
So we don't do it with them. So you kind of have to set up this risk reward type of picture here. And then you break it into like, all right, if the person wants to be a runner, what are some things they should be able to do? For example, like, when I was in physical therapy, you see a lot of runners that can't actually stand on one leg. And it's like you're doing a sport that it's a plyometric activity. It's a single leg plyometric activity over thousands and thousands of strides. And they can't actually stand on one leg. That's so it's scary. Like if you can't stand on one leg, like it's probably going to be pretty bad on you. So as soon as we were able to get them, good single leg stance, they're typically out of pain.
It makes me think of Tom Martinez quote, like it's not how it's not how fast you can do it, it's how well you can do it slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take what you want to be able to do, boil it down to its basic function. You should be able to do that super slow, inside and out, the basic.
Just show me that
aspect
you
of-
can do it.
Right,
you know, you
right,
don't have
right.
to train it. Just show me that you can stand on one
Exactly.
leg. Show me that you can touch your toes.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
It's good advice, man. All right. You gotta get in the gym.
It's that time.
You'll be in the gym for the next 3 hours. All right, man. Thanks for coming in. This has been awesome.
Thanks,
We'll
Kyle.
have to do it again.
Yeah,
Thanks
I'd
a
love
lot,
to.
dude. Awesome. All right. Till next time. Later, bitches.